What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today is National Preparedness Month, 2025, September, day number 22. And today we're going to be talking about the acronym KISS. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so what KISS means is basically keep it simple, stupid. You could also call it keep it stupid, simple, whichever, but keep it simple, stupid. And that's basically a lot of people, they when they're first getting into prepping, or even after they're being prepping. I'm on some of these prepper pages on YouTube or on Facebook, and they're asking all these questions, and there's nothing wrong with questions. Don't get me wrong there, but it's just they're trying to overcomplicate everything. It's like, just, you're overcomplicating this. If you're, like bugging out, they want to make sure they got all their bug out gear all set up and all this, and they're asking questions. What do I put in it? How do I, it's like, just put what you use, put what you need. It's not that complicated. This isn't like rocket science. It's just being prepared for something bad to happen. What are you going to need? And my context is different than yours. I require different things than you're going to require to live. But you just, what you're required to live. I mean, most things you want to focus on would be food, water, and medical, and protection, security. Those are your four main topics: is food, water, medical. As far as like to prep, like, what do I prep? Like, they're all like, what do I buy? What do I start prepping? What do I get? Well, start with that. Start with getting food, water, medical, and security. Guns, ammo, medical supplies, food, and water. Worry about those four things, and you should, for the most part, be good in any kind of situation. In most of the most likely scenarios, that's what you're going to need the most. And you may not even need the guns and ammo in most SHTF situations. Most SHTF situations are really not what a lot of preppers think it is, and that's where everybody overcomplicates it. Everybody talks about an EMP or a nuclear strike. How likely is an EMP or a nuclear strike? It's possible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say it's not possible, but really, how likely it is it? And I know this day and age right now, it's, September 2025. It's looking a lot closer to where we could be hit with a nuke. But really, what's the likely possibility of that? Your most thing is going to be natural disaster, hurricane, tornado, fire. Those are going to be what's happened the most. You're not going to run into a whole lot. Those are your most likely situations that you're going to run into. But yeah, it's most likely going to be that, or even, loss of job. You might have to lose your job and not be able to, and have to go without income coming in. So if you have stuff set back, you're not going to have to go to the grocery store as much. You're not going to have to worry about that until you get some more income coming in, and then you just replenish it and start. So it's not really like it doesn't have to be so complicated. Once you start getting some of that, then you start working on some of your other stuff, your bug out bag but again, keep all that simple. In your bug out bag, food, water, mostly food and water, because bugging out is to get from point A to point B. So you're not camping, you're not all this stuff. You're not hunting, you're not doing any of that. You're just getting from point A to point B. So you just need what to get you there. So food and water, and keep your waters full. Put fresh water in there, enough calories to get you where you need to go, and a fire kit, some shelter. That's really all you need. Really, technically, that's all you really need in your bug out bag. A fire kit, water purification kit, a sleep kit, and some food and water. Really, that's all you need. I mean, other things are nice to haves, but not necessarily must haves. So you just keep it simple. Just don't overcomplicate it. Overthinking things and overcomplicating things just makes it a lot harder than it really is. And don't listen to all these prepper experts, because they think they're experts. They talk like they're experts. And not that they're not. They probably know a ton of stuff. But they just try to overcomplicate everything. They just make it so hard for everybody that are trying to, these new preppers that are coming in. And that's what kind of these videos are more for. And it's not for, and I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. I'm trying to make it like, look, it's really not that big of a deal. Just, what do you need to live on? First get your mission. Like, what's the mission? Like, do you know where you're going? If you're going from point A to point B, just think of this basic that you want to travel as lightly as possible. If you're bugging out, you want to travel as lightly as possible, especially if you're on foot. What's the bare minimum that I need to stay alive to get me from point A to point B, and have most of your supplies at point B, so you're not getting there and okay, now what? I'm here, but now I have nothing. So make sure your point B is stacked up, is stocked. And if it's a long ways between point B, you got to have stuff along the way and stuff. But that's beyond the scope. To start out, just keep it simple. Just start buying extra food when you go to the grocery store. Buy an extra couple cans of whatever it is you eat, whatever it is you buy. Just buy a couple extra cans of it and put it away. Put it back. Every time you go to the store, some people, I've heard that there are some people out there that every time they go to the store, they buy one item at least for prepping. Whether it's a Bic lighter. I have one in my box here. I have one in my fire kit here. But even if it's just a Bic lighter, you're standing there at the register and you're, a lighter. Grab a Bic lighter. Or something, anything. Just, it doesn't have to be all that complicated. Just buy what you use. Buy what you think you're going to need But anyway, so I'm trying to keep these videos short. I'm trying to keep them basic as possible for like the beginning prepper. And I know there's some of you master preppers out there that might contradict what I'm having to say, but I'm just trying to keep it simple to the newbies. If you're kind of new to the prepping, that's kind of what these videos are centered around, is trying to get you kind of on that mindset of like, what's like reality here? Because I know there's a lot of people that preach all this stuff that are like, they sound like it's so complicated. And some of it can be, but right now, if you're just starting out, just keep it simple. Just don't, this isn't rocket science again. But anyway, again, trying to keep these videos short. Appreciate you. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple, however you want to look at it. If you're calling yourself stupid, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it stupid, simple. Stupid, simple. It doesn't have to be even anywhere close to complicated. This is easy stuff. This is just something that, and if you can't budget it in, don't buy it. Don't, like I said, there's lots you can do, but this is starting to overcomplicate it, but there's lots you can do without even having any money. You can just anything you can think of. But even just a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there when you're at the grocery store. Buy an extra bottle of Tylenol or something. Put it in your shelf, and there you go. We got extra medicine. We got an extra thing of Tylenol put back, so we're good. Or we're getting better. And eventually, that's going to grow bigger. I mean, it's something that if you haven't started prepping now, who knows how much more time you got. So I would recommend do it now, but I would at least start small. I mean, I know it can take thousands of dollars if you have nothing, but because when guns and ammo and stockpiling your food to the rafters and your ammo to the rafters and having 100 guns, and that takes money. You can't do that all at once. Go buy you one. Few boxes of ammo here. Every paycheck, go buy you another box of ammo, or every paycheck, go buy you some more cans of food, or every paycheck, go buy you some more medical. It's not complicated. And then eventually you'll start coming up with other things. It's really a simple concept. Anyway, starting to ramble. Try not to do that in these videos. Try to keep them short. Keep it simple. Anyway, appreciate you. Do the YouTube stuff down below if you feel like it. There's links to support. There's links to my other channels if you feel like checking those out. Anyway, appreciate you. Love you. See you in the next one.